Hello, my name is Achmad Rayyan. I'm from Jakarta State University. I want to tell you about my research is measuring the effectiveness of the co-branding role of fashion brand with public figure. Measuring the effectiveness of the co-branding role of fashion brand with public figure have a 5 chapter. Chapter 1 is introduction, chapter 2 literature review, chapter 3 is research method, chapter 4 is result and discussion, chapter 5 is conclusion, implication and suggestion. Chapter 1 is introduction, have a 4-point background, point 2 problem formulation and research question, point 3 research objective, point 4 is research benefit. Background in Indonesian fashion has always experienced rapid development. Change in its development are influenced by manufacture, such as mass media, entertainment, and business, which is believed to have a major influence on fashion in Indonesia. Clothing is a symbol of the soul. Clothing cannot be separated from the historical development of human life and culture. The fashion one chooses can show how one chooses one's lifestyle. They show that the modern world lifestyle have determined attitude and value and show social status. Fashion also means a system of maker of cultural change according to a certain group or custom. Based on the survey image, it showed that male and female respondents mostly choose simple and casual dressing style. For its style has a percentage of 73% simple style, 68% casual style, and 34% formal style, and 22% choose a vintage style. The survey also states that most people who like sporty style are men, while women prefer vintage style. Next, in addition, still with the same source, based on the figure show, the Adidas brand is ranked at the top for fashion brand chosen by respondent with a percentage of 40%, followed by the H&M brand with a percentage of 39%, the Converse brand with a percentage of 34%, Uniqlo have with a percentage of 31%, then Nike with a percentage of 30%. Ager is ranked 6 with a percentage of 26%, 3 with a percentage of 25%, Nevada with a percentage of 25%, and the Vans brand with a percentage of 21%, and finally the Cardinal brand with a percentage of 70%. This show that many respondents choose the Adidas brand as their fashion brand. Fashion trend in Indonesia can be a support for the appearance to look high fashion by using clothes that have a high brand image, one of which is Adidas. Adidas is a well-known company originating from Germany. Initially, the company produced shoes in 19 and 20 with the characteristic of 3 parallel strips of the same color. But now, Adidas is the largest sportswear company in Europe and the second largest in the world after Nike. Today, Adidas has globalized and dominate the sport industry and offer a broad portfolio of products worldwide by continuously strengthening the brand and improving its competitive and financial position to attract more potential customer and increase brand recognition or brand equity. Adidas conduct brand strategy by collaborating with several public figures. One of them is by co-branding with Kanye West by creating a new brand under Adidas, Yeezy. His fame made the price of his shoes skyrocket sharply after his release. The presence of the Adidas Yeezy has created excitement and enthusiasm among sneakers and fashion fans with this launch. Adidas has officially determined its contract with Kanye West and stopped its partnership with Yeezy brand. The decision was born after Kanye made controversial statements that were considered detrimental to Adidas. Adidas calculated the impact of enormous loss due to not selling easy product due to the termination of the collaboration and potentially losing revenue of around 1.2 billion euros, equivalent to 20 trillion. Not only the Adidas brand was affected by Kanye West's controversial statement, but world-renowned brands such as CAA, Foot Locker, Gap, Vogue, Balenciaga were also affected. Problem formulation and research question. Based on the background that has been presented, the problem formulation is to measure the effectiveness of a co-branding from Adidas case with Kanye West. Research objective to find out what the factor influence the effectiveness of co-branding on Adidas Yeezy customer. And 2, to determine the level of success of co-branding from Adidas and Kanye West. And research benefit. Theoretical benefits. This research is accepted to provide benefits to the development of knowledge about co-branding, and the theory on methodology used can be a reference for the future research. Practical benefits. This research is accepted to help companies or brands in the industry concerned in making marketing strategies by usability and improve quality, brand image, and encourage custom loyalty to the brand. In chapter 2, literature review, we have 2 points. Point 1 is theoretical foundation. Point 2 is previous research. Chapter 2, theoretical foundation in definition. Co-branding, or commonly known as a brand alliance, is the merging of two or more constituent brands to form a combined brand or separate unique product. Co-branding is also often called a brand alliance, which means that it occurs when two or more existing brands are combined into a joint product or market together in some way. In addition, merging of two more constituent brands luxury co-branding make a consumer who may not have been interested in luxury more aware and familiar with luxury fashion product. Luxury co-branding reposition non-luxury fashion brand in a way that consumer not only desire but also identity with. As the variety of and frequency of luxury co-branding continues to proliferate and be adapted by top brand. A deeper understanding of the perception of co-branding between luxury and non-luxury fashion brand is needed to identify the collective value that the unique attributes and combination of co-branding offer to consumer. Co-branding activities. Co-branding is the combination of two or more brands to launch a unique and new product. It can provide an increase in the brand equity because there is a transfer of brand value arising from co-branding activities. It can also be used to reinforce its other's co-branding brand to gain attention from new audience. With co-branding, companies can launch a collaborative product that has the same target market or can also reach a wider target market, a form of a cooperation to create add value or image that reinforce each other. Pros and cons of co-branding. Pros, revenue from royalties and opportunity for companies that do co-branding can get revenue from the agreement of the two brands whose products are used as ingredient for other product. Increasing sales. This can happen especially if the collaborating brand is an equal or stronger brand. Point 3, owning or creating a new market. With co-branding, the two brands are commensurate or can be stronger to maintain their respective brand. Point 4, providing additional benefit, providing attractive new offers such as bonus, credit, and other for consumer. Disadvantage in co-branding activities: consumer perceive collaborating brand to be brand with the same identity. So there can be potential for change in consumer view. Point 2, consumer can see that brand that do a co-branding strategy become a brand that launch a new product under the same brand. Point 3, co-branding also has the potential to cause conflict between collaborating brand. Dimension: according to Keller, adequate brand awareness is the ability of consumers to identify or recognize that a brand is a member of a particular product category. Point 2, brand is sufficiently strong is a strong level of awareness of the co-branding brand. Point 3, favorable is a feeling of a support or favor from the heart of consumer toward the co-branding that is implemented. Point 3, unique association is a consumer assessment of the uniqueness of product that collaborate with other brand product. Point 4, positive consumer judgment is the viewpoint and evaluation of individual consumers on brand based on image, association, and specific brand performance. Last point, positive consumer feelings are consumer emotional reaction which include feelings of pleasure, comfort, and so on toward the brand. According to Dickinson and Barker, familiarity is the accumulated amount of experience the product or brand with the consumer. Product fit or co-branding match, the existence of a match between two brands that do co-branding. Reputation, the perception of a brand associated with product equality. Attitude towards co-branding, consumer attitude towards a brand is important because it's related to the brand selection process. Point 5, trust, the initial trust that can be characterized by a lack of experience or knowledge from consumers. History: Adidas founded in 1949 in Herzogenaurach, Germany by Adolf Dassler, who was a shoemaker who had an obsession to create a product that could improve the performance of its users. Together with his brother Rudolf Dassler, they started a company called Gebruder Dassler Skofabrik. Desperation and formation of the Adidas brand began with a dispute between Adolf and Rudolf that led to a split between them. Adolf continued the company called Adidas, which is an abbreviation of his own name, Adi, and some letters of his surname, Dassler. This was the beginning of the Adidas brand. Adolf's commitment in making shoes brought Dassler's brother as a high-quality shoes manufacturer, and so it was often used by legendary athletes. At the same time, for the Olympics, the highlight of Dassler brothers' shoes was when athlete Jason Owen became the most successful athlete at the Berlin Olympics in 1936, wearing shoes made by Dassler. The establishment of the three stripes logo in 1952 became the identifying mark that characterizes the Adidas brand. It also represents the quality, innovation, and design that Adidas has always stood for. Technological development: Adidas continued to innovate in sport technology by introducing various advanced features. In 1960, the technology was a rubber sole that provided better grip on the court. Adidas continued to develop technology such as air cushioning, lightweight materials, and cooling technology. Kanye West biography. Kanye West is an American producer, rapper, and fashion designer who rose to the fame in the early 2000s. His career as a producer involved producing music for Janet Jackson, Alicia Keys, and Jay-Z. but Kanye actually want to be a rapper starting from one of Rockefeller recording. Kanye saw Kanye great vision, and so Kanye managed to get into Rockefeller. His career as a fashion designer began with his contribution in co-branding with Adidas and forming Yeezy for season feature men's and women's streetwear, including oversized sweaters, sneakers, boots, and more. Theoretical foundation: Kanye West's involvement in the creation of the Adidas Yeezy brand. The history of Adidas Yeezy shoes began with the release of the first model Adidas Yeezy Boost 750 in February 2015. The shoes feature a high top design with a leather upper. A noticeable characteristic is the rubber sole with the Boost technology that provides comfort and toughness during use. The model was released in a variety of different colors during the year. Seeing the success, there are various other Yeezy Boost models that are ready to be released to the public. Among them are the Yeezy Boost 3015 and the Boost 3015 V2 models. Both models feature a low top design with an upper made of Primeknit and electric mesh technology. This model also features a Boost sole that provides comfort and durability so that it remains comfortable and cool when worn for everyday activities. Over time, Yeezy became very popular and had great appeal for fashion and sneakers fans. The brand often sells out quickly upon release and become a highly coveted collectible, often realizing for many times more than original price. The collaboration between Kanye West and Adidas has spawned many iconic models in the shoe world and continues to evolve the new release regularly. The effect of co-branding and customer-based brand equity on purchasing decision. This study aims to examine the magnitude of the influence of co-branding on purchasing decision on stockroom outlook product. This research used exploratory research with accidental sampling and purposive sampling technique with a total sample of 100 respondents who are stockroom consumers in Jakarta. The result of this study indicate that co-branding has an effect of purchasing decision 23.6%. Analysis of the effect of co-branding and brand equity on purchasing decision. Study on Erigo consumer in Lowokaru District, Malang City. The purpose of this study was to analyze the effect of co-branding and brand equity on purchasing decision. The study used a quantitative paradigm using multiple linear regression analysis method using primary data obtained and through distributing questionnaires and secondary data obtained through previous research journal, books, and website. And the sample used was 110 respondents with non-probability sampling techniques. The results of this study explain that the co-branding has a significant positive effect simultaneously with the brand equity on purchasing decision by. How to measure the effectiveness of Wonderful Indonesia co-branding, a conceptual study. This research aims to examine the influence of evaluative measure on the effectiveness of co-branding cooperation. This research uses a qualitative descriptive approach and conceptually reveals several choices of method in measuring the effectiveness of co-branding from a traveler perspective. The result of this study found that the choice of brand awareness, brand image, attitude towards the brand, purchase intention, and the strength of the element forming the co-branding can be a measuring tool to determine the extent to which this collaboration is considered effective. The study aims to examine the extent of the influence of co-branding on the brand image of Axis mobile phone number provider. The research method used in this research is an exploratory survey with the sample technique of 115 respondents. The results of this study show the co-branding as a whole has significant influence on the access brand image with the acquisition of a determined coefficient value of 20.3%, which is included in the weak category. The effect of co-branding strategy for Cimory UHT milk product with Marie Regal biscuit flavor on purchasing decision in Bandung City. In the study, research want to test on of the advantage of co-branding and see the influence between co-branding and purchasing decision on Cimory Marie Regal flavor product in Bandung City. Research use descriptive analysis and quantitative methods using a sample 100 respondents. The result of the study indicate that co-branding has a role in purchasing decision for Cimory Marie Regal product in Bandung City by 65.2%. The effect of brand image, product quality, and price perception on co-branding impact on customer purchase intention. Study on Cornetto Silver Queen consumer in Grobogan Regency. This study aims to test and analyze the effectiveness and influence of co-branding, which has an impact on consumer purchase intention for Cornetto Silver Queen product in Grobogan City. Sampling using purposive sampling method, which is the age above 17 years, as many as 115 respondents. The result of the study indicate that co-branding has a significant effect on consumer purchase intention for Cornetto Silver Queen product in Grobogan City with a multiple linear regression value on the co-branding variable of 0.6676, which means that the better the company's co-branding, the better the consumer's purchase intention for the product. Co-branding as a must-start strategy for luxury brand. Desirable or not, this study examined the role of co-branding in consumer purchasability or purchase intention on luxury goods. This research used two quantitative through to survey-based experiment between co-branding and the expansion of attitude and purchase intention of luxury goods. Consumers support by the theory. The results of this study found that co-branding does not harm prestige and desire to buy luxury product and increase knowledge about luxury consumers' evaluation of mass marketing strategies. Success driver of co-branding meta-analysis. This research aims to examine co-branding and provide a comprehensive, generalizable set of findings. The results utilize a meta-analysis that integrate 196 data and 37 findings from 37 independent studies and 27 articles. The research found a greater impact in co-branding of each brand than the characteristic of each brand, and the congruence of the brand or brand image, which is a relative driver, is more important than the congruence of product category and brand equity. Moderator analysis show that the relative importance of the relationship between brands can be generalized by the industry type, business, and co-branding strategy, as well as finding theoretical insight in three ways. It improves the generalizability of existing research by investigating the impact of theoretical contextual and method relate moderator on the magnitude of their impact. It provides consensus on the vague finding regarding the importance of success and identifies knowledge gaps and present an agenda for future research. Success driver of co-branding meta-analysis. This research aims to examine co-branding and provide research method, time and place of research. Research use a research location in Jakarta area because the fashion market in Jakarta is large than include the metropolitan city. The research was conducted in the time span from September 2023 to October 2023. Research method is quantitative methods. Research used in this study because the research data is digital while the analyzed in statistical form and can be used to discover and develop various now science and technologies to determine in the relationship and influence between variables in accordance with the research objective. Research use a survey method using an online questionnaire through the Google Form application because this method has the advantage of a survey method that has a structured nature, can say factual data in the field. And with the survey method, it will certainly produce the data desired by the research. Chapter 3, Population and Sample. The sampling techniques in this study use non-probability sampling techniques. The thing that must be considered in sampling is that the population is very large, so it is necessary to present the population. The type of non-probability sampling technique chosen is purposive sampling, which is a sampling technique with a certain consideration. Population and sample. In population, the population in the study refers to consumers and communities who have purchased Adidas and Yeezy collaboration product who live in Jakarta area. 19 years old and above, domicile in Jakarta area. Respondents have purchased Adidas Yeezy product. Population and sample. This study used the hair formula because the population size cannot be a certain Ramadan in Tamba 2022. Besides that, to determine the minimum sample in the study using the hair formula as follow, and same number of question instrument x10 and 2008 x10 and have a 2080 respondent. Based on the above calculation, the number of samples in the study were above respondent. See, the table has operational variables. It's 5 tables. Variables is co-branding, dimension, adequate brand awareness. We get the original indicator and adaptation indicator and a source. Operational variable, we have a same dimension on top table. And next we got the measurement scale. The research use a Likert type scale in the questionnaire research tool. Likert type scale is a scale is modified to be less or more than 5 points. This research uses 6-point Likert type scale with the aim of avoiding respondent answer that are too neutral to 6-point Likert type scale is proven to produce better reliability. Answer criteria: strong disagree, disagree, somewhat agree, agree, and strongly agree. You can see the score at the table. Research method, data analysis technique. Research used the SPSS version 25 program to process the effect of data from the questionnaire obtained. Research use software because it is easy to use, has accurate result, and can see the relation between. The software also has many features that can assist research in presenting the data the research wants. Data collection technique. Research use primary data by distributing questionnaires. The questionnaires was completed online by asking questions to respondents who are 19 years old, live in the Jakarta area using Google Form, and have purchased Adidas Yeezy product. Descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis is used to describe its answer given by respondent on the research questionnaire. This analysis offers an outline or summary of data derived from the mean value, standard deviation, maximum value, minimum value, number, scale, kurtois, and slope, which includes age, gender, occupation, and income of respondent. Research methods, exploratory factor analysis is EFA. To test factor analysis, research used to exploratory factor analysis is EFA method, which is a statistical analysis commonly used in research to determine the factor underlying questionnaire item. EFA is also commonly used as an item to group several indicators that have similarities into one latent variable, or can also be used to summarize several indicators, and can help to know how the correlation formed between indicators with some of the many new factors that will be formed. The factors are found by reducing the overall complexity of the data by considering the intercorrelation of the variables. The results obtained by the factor are fewer in number than the initial variables, and there is a possibility that the results obtained are not in accordance with the literature or theory used. Factor extraction, the process of forming a set of factors from the initial variable based on the base linear relationship, is the factor extraction stage. Factor extraction involves the determining the number of factors that will be represent the best mutual relation among a set variable. The eigenvalue must be 1. Its function is to describe the parameters in factor analysis carried out based on the variance and covariance matrix. The formula for calculating variance and covariance is as follows. That's the formula. Measure of sampling adequacy, M.Si. At the factor analysis stage, to measure the correlation relationship between the variables under study, this measurement can be done using the measure sampling adequacy. This analysis can be seen through the anti-image correlation value, 0.5 point. Variables can be said to be suitable for factor analysis, namely variables that have an M.Si value 0.5. If the M.Si value under 0.5, it will be removed from the model and the initial variable is retested until the M.Si value is met. Factor extraction, the process of forming a set of factors from the initial variable based on the base linear relationship, is the factor extraction stage. Factor extraction involves determining the number of factors that will be represent the best mutual relationship among a set variable. The eigenvalue must be 1. It's a function to describe the parameter in factor analysis carry out based on the variance and covariance matrix. The formula for calculating variance and covariance is as follows. Factor rotation, the factor extraction process will produce factors that are sometimes still difficult to interpret directly. Therefore, it is necessary to rotate the factor on the L matrix to increase the interpretability. Factor rotation requires a loading factor value upper 0.5. The factor rotation is the process of rotating to general factor axis from the initial condition to certain condition that a high correlation with a certain factor will be formed on its initial variable. Factor rotation is used for factor extraction that has not produced a main factor component. Factor naming. After obtaining the new factor result from the factor analysis, the next step is to name the factor that have been found. Naming factor in factor analysis is theoretical, subjective, and inductive. Naming the result of the factor analysis can be done based on theory, where the variable that best represents the factor will be chosen to be the name of the factor, or based on the largest loading factor of each indicator that represents the factor. Thank you for your listening. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us.